royal family, it's Cash Me Out. I am Queen Supreme and I'm back at you again for another video. This time, as I stated in my last video, we will have a look at the timeline in the Maleah Davis case, and this today is brought to you by Candi Corpse TV. Shout out to Candi Corpse TV. I have found her timeline to be very truthful, and I have gotten several comments about the timeline, so I thought that I would just post this, and you know, we can also resource this video as to the original timeline. Now, if you find any discrepancies, please leave that in the comments section. But my intention in this video is to on my bigger channel, before I had lost it, I was highlighting certain channels that are small, that have good content, and overshadowed by the bigger channels. And even though I'm still trying to gain up my, you know, followers on this channel and my other channel, I think that it's important that we still do the same and look out for people that are actually putting out good content. So that is my intention in this video. I am subbed to Candi Corpse TV, and I advise you to do the same. She does have some good videos. With that said, let's take a look at her timeline. And basically, I'm not going to meet you on the other side with my commentary, because I have found this timeline to be factual. So I will just see you in another video. I am putting together other videos so that I can get them out to you guys. So I will see you in another video, but please enjoy this timeline that she put together. Again, shout out to Candi Corpse TV. Let's go.
Everybody, welcome back to my channel. As promised, I have an update on Maleah Davis. I've made a timeline of everything I could find out. Make sure you pay careful attention to this timeline, because it's gonna connect a lot of dots. I will try to keep this as simple as possible, so here we go. December 2015 is the first time I found Brittany Bowens. This is her first national interview. Someone paid off her Christmas layaway at Walmart, and she called the news stations and wanted to do interviews so she could show her gratitude for this wonderful gift. I noticed some very suspicious things in this interview when I compared it to her interviews she does now. I suggest you look up this interview and you compare it to her interviews now too, and you'll see how much different she is when she doesn't have anything to hide. Alright, now we're at August 2018. This is when CPS gets involved because Maleah has very suspicious head injuries. They require several brain surgeries. At this time, Brittany and Darion lived with Brenda Bowens, which is Brittany's mom. Brenda made Brittany and Darion take Maleah to the hospital. They didn't just take her because they were concerned. Brenda made them. They said she fell off a chair and hit her head. The doctor said, no, because these are really severe traumatic head injuries. That is not possible. And so that's how CPS got involved and took the kids to begin with. February 2019, a judge ordered that the children could return home. No one was charged with any crimes. April 26, 2019. This was the last day Maleah went to her daycare. Keep that in mind. April 26 is the last day Maleah went to daycare. Now April 30th. This is the last photo of Maleah alive. Supposedly, Darion picked her up early from daycare and snuck her in without Brittany knowing. But now we know that's a lie, because when was her last day? April 26th. We'll also talk more about Darion's body language later too, because that is really important. Later in the day, on April 30th, Brittany left for her father's funeral, which she did attend on May 1st. That is verified. But it's also pretty much verified that she was at home with Maleah by herself for an hour, and says she didn't know that her own child was in the house. All right, now we're May 3rd, 2019. This is the last day that the baby's son went to daycare, and when Devion picked him up, he picked him up alone. This is also the day that he carries that suspicious laundry basket to the car, goes back in the house for a while. The biological father of Maleah comes by to get the oldest boy, tries to see Maleah. Devion says nope, she has the flu, no one can see her. Soon after that, he leaves with the son and a lot of bleach, but no Maleah. Brittany gets picked up by her mother at 12:50, which would technically be May 4th. But we don't know what she was doing because her plane landed around 10 o'clock on May 3rd. So her whereabouts are unknown for those couple hours. Brittany wakes up at her mom's at 8 a.m. She goes to Darion's brother's house in Sugar Land, says, hey, everybody's missing. Now on May 4th, that same day, the neighbor sees Darion at home smoking a cigarette on the porch. This is important because at this time, he's supposed to be abducted and going in and out of consciousness. Also, his car is seen in Sugar Land around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. in the afternoon while he's supposed to be kidnapped. So he goes to the hospital and he spins his story. At first, 3 Mexicans had stopped him when he had car trouble, abducted all of them, kept Maleah, dropped him and his son off. Then the story changed to 2 Mexicans in a blue crew cab. But in my opinion, none of that's real. May 5th, 2019, they put out a missing Amber Alert. They start putting flyers out. They start the search where Darion said the car broke down. And this is the first time we get to see the mother, Brittany, doing her fake crying. Now, May 6th, Brittany goes ahead and makes a GoFundMe account wanting money to search for her daughter. Who needs money to go search for their daughter? She also makes a pretty lengthy post to Facebook defending Darion, which I will insert here. On May 8th, a judge removes the kids from Darion and Brittany's custody because both Brenda Bowens and CPS file motions to get the kids out of there. On May 9th, the daycare worker comes public and releases dates of the kids' last days there. They also find the missing car. In the car, they find the laundry basket, a gas can, and a cadaver dog can smell the scent of decomposition or human remains. Brittany shows up crying. Police are trying to console her. At the same time, the public starts to learn of the abuse from August 2018. On May 10th, Quanell X does a press conference and Brittany changes her story. Now she says, instead of Darion would never hurt the kids, you guys are focusing on the wrong things. She's saying, yeah, he was abusive. He picked Maleah up from daycare and I didn't know about it, and he was molesting her and all these things that made the public wonder, why did you leave your daughter with him then? So the next day, May 11th, Darion gets arrested. They sprayed a chemical that showed a lot of blood in the hallway in the bathroom. The DNA matched Maleah's toothbrush. I'm pretty sure they also found tissue in the pipes of the bathroom, like human tissue. They found so much blood and human remains in the pipes that there's no way Maleah could have survived that. So she had to have been dead. Some people are confused about how he got charged without a body, and it was explained to me that someone had to have done something to her to cause the tissue and the pipes and the blood everywhere. So I assume that they are thinking he dismembered her. Quanell also this day makes a lengthy post to Facebook explaining or excusing why he's involved with Brittany Bowens to begin with. I'll insert that here. May 13th, Darion's court is rescheduled, and as Brittany is leaving the courthouse, she is mobbed by a lot of women protesting, want to know where's Maleah, what did you do to her? Brittany does her first interview. As I said, if you compare this first interview to 2015's interview, you're going to see what I'm talking about her body language and how she is hiding a lot. Also, the same day, there's a candlelight vigil, and she did not attend it because she said she feared for her safety. On May 20th, Joe Vince did an interview that I believe gave a lot of insight into Darion's side of things. I don't believe all of it was true, but I understand why he feels the way he does, which I'll explain in a minute. On May 24th, the police disclosed Maleah is probably deceased, and they compared this case to another missing child who was killed by his mom and stepdad, and they urged the public to look for her remains. Now this is my theory. This picture says a lot, then their lies say even more. This child hadn't been to daycare since April 26, 4 days before this picture was taken. Brittany knew he wasn't sneaking her back from daycare. Look how he's walking way ahead. I believe Brittany sent him to kill Maleah and he couldn't. He's not looking back at all. He looks like he wants out of the situation and knows something is about to go down once they get inside. So he's putting distance between himself and Maleah mentally and physically. Went to work for an hour because he couldn't watch Brittany kill the child he helped raise. That's my opinion, not a fact. He came back to see Brittany off and clean up the mess. Once Brittany returned, Darion laid low while she or both of them dumped the body. She dropped him off at the hospital and told him the story to tell, and that's why she was so mad the police didn't take the story at face value. And when defending Darion didn't work, she threw him under the bus. That's why her mom won't speak to her, and that's why Darion's family feels he was set up. He is guilty for helping, and his charges reflect that, in my opinion. I think the police know what's going on. I think we know what's going on. I just hope that since we can't find her now, people don't give up hope and just forget about Maleah, because she does deserve justice, and she deserves a proper burial.